We're very grateful and sad. Obviously, in the dying hours of Ramadan, to experience this kind of happening, tragic happening to the family, is obviously saddening all of us. More specifically, it occurred in a mosque. And we know the sanctity of mosque will always be respected. And whoever did it showed no respect and crossed the sanctity of the mosque. But whatever it may be, people died and people were injured. And that's why we are here today. The government official and also a special message came from the state president, so Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, sent a message through our brother Faiz to convey to the family. It was very well done, and I would thank the president for his immediate intervention, asking the authorities to go in to do the necessary work. We are very impressed with the family, the calmness. They're all very sad, but also very calm, not talking about retaliation in any way. We know we need to follow the law of the country, and we are going to abide by that. The police must do their job and do it thoroughly and properly. We will listen for the outcome if everything unfolds. We'll listen to the outcome of the investigation. The children are very sad. We all know everybody's preparing for Eid tomorrow. We have had this tragic incident with the family members lost their father and the husband, and few were injured. And even the person who was injured from the Somali community, they are part of us. Whatever happens, they are part of it. We have a very good relationship with the Somalian community. So they would be the first people, as Minister Plato has indicated, who would like to sit with us when we have an interaction or a meeting with the leadership of the Somali community. So immediately after Eve, we'll call a meeting with him, find out what the motives and the background behind what was going on.
One year ago in the Muslim calendar, a man left in Biaval and headed to West Coast. He told some of his family that he is going to freedom back to celebrate Muslim Eid. But his journey ended to Malmesbury with a shock incident, killing 2 worshippers, and that was the last minutes of his life. Noor Arale is his full name. He was in his last 20s or early 30s. He came from Somalia, where many notorious groups are based, and extremism ideology are much stronger than any other country in the continent. The man took the lives of 2 and wounded other 2 before police shot him dead. Ismail Basa, who was 75 years old, and a Somali national, Siad Ibrahim Hirsi, who was in his early 50s. He had 2 wives and 10 children, as his brother told us. We met one of his wives the time we were filming this story, but she requested not to be filmed or interviewed. She told us that her husband was working as a delivery job and has been killed while worshipping at the Malmesbury Mosque for itikaf. Before we find out the personal life of Noor, we tried to meet someone who knows very well this man. Is Muhammad Abdullah Arale, the elder brother of Noor Arale. Although he didn't accept any interview, he accepted us to question him without recording. He told us that his brother has not had any relationship with the jihadist groups and he said he was sick as a mentally, and he was outpatient at Biafra's Calbrame Hospital since 2013. He told us that his brother was working in his small business as he used to sell shoes, crembas, and other small stuffs. And he told us that he had money that time he went to Memesbury. After that, we met some of the Somali community who knows Noor and his personal attitude after their own one is committed a horrific incident.
Yes, and now Noor Arale, we used to sleep in the same place, and before he do the action. So now, when we sleep together in place, that time he was like a quiet person. He wasn't talking to no one. Sometimes he sleep like 3 days for him alone. When he wake up, he go to work and come back and he sleep again. So I was asking my friends, what's wrong with this guy? And they usually tell me, I don't know, maybe he get mental illness or mental sickness. So now, then a few months later, the things happen. So now, and what he do is not it was not magic to me, because I see him already like sick person. Because if the person like get a mental illness, you can expect anything. And actually, and he used to do a delivery job. He used to come sometimes in Biafra and buy grandpas and deliver for the shops and like other groceries, like those South African products. And he used to deliver like our local shops in location. Then he come back by the same place we used to stay, and he sleep at like 3 days again and go. So everyone he was there by that house, he can see this guy something wrong with his mentally he's not well. Maybe he's not 100%, but finally things happen. So now, and after he do the things happen, I used to call my friends. They tell me the guy went to his friends and fill the back. So the time he come back to this side to do actually his job, normal job like delivery job, then he went to Memesbury. So and then the things happen, because now maybe there was a wrong with maybe the patrol is finished. So and for the stress and plus mental illness he got, maybe the thing is, all I can say, and when he come back from friend back to his side behavior, maybe the patrol is finished and he couldn't get no one help him. So now maybe, and actually when you see someone who got mental illness and the stress come, so the stress overcome him and maybe he miss the control himself. So I think it's happening.
A Somali activist who followed this history closely and knows the murderer talk to us.
Yes, my name is Abdussalam. I'm here to talk about the deceased who was actually killed in Memesbury. According to the information that I received from the other people was that the deceased traveled from Bellville, from Cape Town, actually a place called Bellville. He went to Memesbury Mosque, and then I was told that he actually asked the caretaker of the masjid to give him a place to sleep for the last 10 days of Ramadan. And actually the year was last year in 2018. I'm not actually sure about the date and the month, but all I know it was like last year. So I was told that he actually asked the caretaker to give him a place to sleep for the last 10 days. And then what happened is during the night, he started fighting with the people who were sleeping in the masjid. And I don't know how many people were in the masjid, but all I know is that they were doing i'tikaf in that masjid on that particular night. And actually the fight happened just before Fajr time in the morning. And then he actually killed a few people there, including the people that he killed was a Somalian guy called Siad from Richards Plain here in Cape Town. So, and we actually don't know the motive or the reason to why he killed the people, but all I was told that he was actually mentally unfit, and we really don't know the reason behind or why he did what he did. But all we know is he is not affiliated or associated with any terror organization, or as you want to call. All we know that he was there on his own, and as I said, I don't know why he killed the people. And the other thing is, I just knew him for like 1 year, and the only thing I know about him is that he was a very hard-working person, working for his family back home. So I really don't know. And when I actually had the news that he actually murdered the people in that particular mosque on that particular night, I was actually flabbergasted, and I was actually surprised. So yeah, like everyone else who had the news on that particular day. We were also told that he had some money with him because the man was a businessman selling small things like grandpa and things like that. And according to the information that we received from the people was that that money was lost during the fight. So we don't know if it was confiscated by the police or if it was actually taken by the other people. But all we know is that he lost some money there, and we cannot actually say the amount or the figure of the money that he had at that moment. That's all I can say, and I would like to emphasize that the deceased was not affiliated or, how can I say, associated with any terror organization. He was there on his own. The other thing that I would like to mention is that amongst the people that he killed in that particular mosque is a Somalian guy called Ziad. He was actually from Cape Town, especially from a place called Mitchell's And I was also told that he had 2 wives and some actual children. I don't know how many children he had with his wives. But what I can confirm is his wives are still here, working here in Cape Town area. That's all I can say for now. My name is Abdul Salam Muhammad Noor. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
The motive of the attacker remains unclear till now. Although the Hawks have taken over the investigation, and the police of South Africa, the Somali community and Muslim Judicial Council has clearly identified that there were no elements of extremism in the attack at the mosque. The Somali Muslim community in South Africa told their communities to avoid such kind of actions in the future, and everybody must report any kind of actions that can harm the reputation of a Muslims and Somali community.